Welcome to the Vegas Insider channel here on YouTube. As we take a look at the NASCAR playoffs, they continue the final race of the round of 16, Bristol Motor Speedway Saturday night. Kevin Rogers with you, along with Micah Roberts, who covers the NASCAR gambling beat for Vegas Insider. And Micah, obviously a big race here. 4 racers get eliminated after this week. And who are your thoughts on who would get knocked out after this week?
Well, first, let's just talk about Bristol being on the concrete. So they put the dirt on the cathedral in the first race of the season at Bristol the last couple of times. So it's made this race more enjoyable and more craving because this is racing the way it ought to be, bumping and banging on the concrete. So this is a big race for me. I'm so excited about it. Saturday night. It's the only Saturday night race during football season. So I'm going to take advantage of it and watch it fully and watch traditional Bristol racing, again, racing the way it ought to be. So that's a big deal to me. And the concrete's a big deal because this is the first time that the next gen car has been on this track. So that'll be fun to watch. But we do have a preview, and I use a lot of, there's nothing else to compare Bristol to because it's so unique. It's a high banked half-mile bull ring, and there's not another track like it. But we have one at Dover that is a concrete 1 mile high banked oval, and that's something that I use. I know the crew chiefs use it as far as setup and balance. It's the only thing they have to go off. And then we have another concrete track in Nashville. And you know what's funny about that? It's easy to look at the winner right there. The winner of those 2 races on concrete was Chase Elliott. He is a concrete king now, and that'll be the guy. I think, you know, he's well deserving to be the favorite. So if you like him, go around. I've seen 15-2, 8-1, 7-1 offered around there. Try to get the best odds possible.
So you mentioned Chase Elliott. He's at 7-1. We'll go with that right now, Micah. No wins in 11 Cup starts at Bristol. Do you think that changes coming up on Saturday?
Well, it could. We can't forget that during COVID 2020, they moved the All-Star race to Bristol, and Chase Elliott won there. He won $1 million. So he's been good here before. He's led some laps. He's 3 top 5s in those 11 races. And just the deal with the new car, that's what I have to go off of. He won at Dover. And I look at guys that were good at Dover as well to bring them into this betting equation this week. And he also won at Nashville. So I got 2 races on concrete. This is the last race on concrete. Chase Elliott's won there before in the All-Star race, but first time with this car, it just kind of everything said. It's like, look, it's pointing right at you. Chase Elliott wins on concrete. And so I think I'm going to have to respect that.
Look at Denny Hamlin now. Second, he finished second at Kansas last week behind Bubba Wallace. He's at 7-1. He's won twice here at Bristol. Is this the one where Hamlin gets over the hump? That he's been very close, but can he get over the hump on Saturday night, Micah?
Yeah, he could, but he didn't really have a good Dover race. He finished, I believe, 6th at Nashville. Led the most laps there at Nashville on concrete. This typically hasn't been his best track. Usually it's like a Darlington or Martinsville, where Richmond, you can always count on Hamlin to be a top 5, but I'm not so sure here. He might be a little overpriced for my taste in this instance. Him being the favorite right there with Larson and Elliott is, I don't know, I think a little overreach.
I want to hit on 2 other drivers here. I know we've talked a lot on these videos, Micah. Kyle Larson obviously gets a lot of the love. Kyle Busch. But 2 guys that you like this week, Ross Chastain and Alex Bowman, who Chastain's at 14-1, Bowman at 28-1. You think that they got a good shot. Why do you think that?
Because of what I saw of Chastain at Dover. At that race, he led 86 laps, finished 3rd. And then at Nashville, he finished 5th. He was very competitive. And it's been a while since we've seen him have a top 10. In fact, it's been since Denny Hamlin showed him, like a veteran should, somebody that's a little too over aggressive. And he hasn't had a top 5 since then. He's been stuck on 10 top 5s for, I think it's like 10, 11 weeks. And it's an incredible move. But if he wants to win a championship, he's in the playoffs now. It's go time. You can't be intimidated by what Hamlin did or what Chase Elliott, or, he's not making a lot of friends in his first big foray, but that's good because he's won. He's shown that he will do anything to win, or he used to, and he can't. He's just got to go for his own thing now. If somebody spins him and wrecks him, so be it. That's it. But don't let them take your confidence away. And I think that's what they've done. and they've made it so they have a better chance of winning by knocking this guy's confidence out. And I'd like to see him jump back in there, but I think because of the Dover run, we'll see a good run out of Chastain. And if one of those guys want to punt him, I mean, this is the perfect track to do it. You can do it. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Wink, wink. But they do know. So that is one of the bad things about betting Chastain this week. But I've already done it, so let's do it.
What about Alex Bowman? What are your thoughts on him?
Yeah, Bowman was a guy that was sleepwalking since his last top 5 at Dover. That was week 11. And all of a sudden the playoffs start. He gets a 10th at Darlington. He gets a top 5 last week, and he's rolling. In fact, he led 107 laps last week, I believe. This guy has a lot of momentum and confidence. And then we say, well, the last top 5 at Dover, well, look, what do we got here? We got another concrete track, high bank. Same dimensions as Dover, except a half mile shorter. I think he'll be very good here. I think he'll be good. I think he was 5th last year also. So this is could be a really good track for him as well. And, actually all of Hendrick, they've all kind of turned it up a notch since the playoffs started. So Bowman fits that. But for him to be 28-1 is just negligent of duties as a bookmaker, odds maker, because he's coming on. He's coming on strong. And 28-1 at Hendrick Motorsports when you've got William Byron at 15, Larson at 8, Elliott at 7. I mean, who's making these odds? What is going on here? I'm not complaining. I would just take it and shut up.
Now, who do you think gets bounced this week from the playoffs?
Well, you can see Harvick. His odds have been dropped down to around 9-1 after being 16, 18-1 the last 6 weeks. Won 2 of those races, the first 2 in the last 6 races he won at high odds, great payouts. Started the playoffs horribly, so he's got to win to get in. And I'm not so sure that he can do that. Did not have a good run at Dover or Nashville. So I don't know. Maybe they tuned something up and they got him ready. But I've seen him do this at least 2 or 3 times in his career where he had to win to move on, and he won. And so that is something that he can feel confidence in. And he had a quote, and I put it in the article that posted this morning, just about experience. He knows how to get things done with his experience, doesn't get rattled too much. So I respected that, and he'll be a guy that I watch. And, he's one of the older guys now. He's closer to my age than most of the other guys. So I root for the old guys now. Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch is getting there. Hamlin's getting there. They're the old guard. When they were just a couple, a decade and a half ago, they were the new guys, the young guys. So, Harvick's now one of my guys.
So when it's all said and done Saturday night, Micah, who is your winner for the race?
I think Elliott will be the winner, but I'll be rooting for Bowman. Bowman has the best return, so obviously I'll be rooting for Bowman the most in this race. But I just everything points to one of the Hendrick drivers with Elliott being on top. But yeah, let's go Bowman. Bowman's got this. Let's go.
All right, we're at the end of round 16 after this Saturday. We're going to get a couple drivers bounced, so we're getting closer and closer towards the final 4. Micah Roberts, you could find his work at Vegas Insider. Great job covering the NASCAR circuit. Bristol Motor Speedway this Saturday, the Bass Pro Shops night race. Michael, we appreciate the time. Best of luck. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
As Micah Roberts, I am Kevin Rogers. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, best of luck with your bets.